So I have a problem. My dad taught me how to argue with him at a very young age. I would say 6 or 7. Pause for dramatic effect. But truly around that age is when he taught me to start arguing with him and how to play chess. Truly. He wanted me to become a baby genius. There's actually a series of videos called Baby Einstein that he had me watch when I was a child. Anyway, like an actual baby. Anyway, he actually also, another thing I should say, he played tapes of this guy reciting calculus problems while my mom was pregnant with me, because he thought that the calculus stuff would get into my brain and make me really smart. He also did this with guitar. Like, he would play guitar while I was in my mom's womb. And I actually do think both of those things impacted me positively. But he did make me into kind of... I'm a bastard. If I am arguing with a man, my goal isn't to be right. My goal is to dominate them. My goal is to crush them in front of a jury, which, by the way, there is no jury, right? Like, this is just me arguing with a man. But my dad taught me to absolutely destroy and eviscerate someone in an argument. And I've continued to bring that skill with me. Now, I don't really like arguing. I'm confrontational, I would say. Like, if I feel there's a problem or I feel like there's something going on, I'll confront someone about it if I feel like it's important enough to be, some things aren't, right? But so like the arguing for me usually happens when it's like, for example, someone saying, I'm not vaccinated. And I'll be like, why is that? Why aren't you vaccinated? And then they might give any sort of reason. And I'll be like, but did you know that you're now more at risk for this disease because you're not vaccinated against it? And they're like, well, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but the fact remains that you are still at risk. Anyway, I will just be like a dog with a bone, essentially, until I can prove my point. And by proving my point, it's like nailing the point into their head. And I it's a problem, right? Like, that type of attitude isn't necessarily great for like a relationship. It's good for being a lawyer, but but I'm not that. So it's funny because I think my dad forgets that he did these things sometimes. And so he'll try to argue something, usually politics, and I'll be like, well, have you considered this point? Also, what about this? Also, Dad, do you think that maybe God gave me to you as a lesson? I've literally said that to my dad in arguments. It's one of my favorite points to bring up because he doesn't know how to react to that. He's like, and I'm like, but think about it. God probably did that to you. And yes, Satan is on my side. Always has been, always will be. But it's just kind of funny because I think he doesn't understand that he created the monster, that he is Dr. Frankenstein in this situation. And he's looking at me like I'm Dr. Frankenstein. He's like, where'd you come up with this? Well, it was from liberal, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, Dad, you taught me how to do this at a very young age. You taught me to play chess and win. You taught me to defeat and dominate. You were training me as if I was going to become a queen or an empress, which, thank you. Very useful in my life, actually, these strategies. But you're upset when I turn them against you. And I can see why you're upset, but also consider the fact that you created this monster. So maybe you should listen to me. Anyway, I just wanted to drop that on y'all because I thought it was funny.